everybody, I am doing a haul video today and this is going to be the part one. So drugstore stuff, a lot of cool new things from Hard Candy, NYC, Wet n Wild, couple new skincare items as well. And then probably in my next video I will share a haul of some of the different new high-end items. A lot of different palettes, both eye and face type things, so I'm really excited to share that with you. But there really is a lot of stuff, lots of cool new things. So I'm gonna jump in and start talking about some of the new Hard Candy things I picked up, and Hard Candy is available exclusively at Walmart. You can browse the line online, but ultimately I think the only place you can buy it is Walmart. So I got this Glamoflauge Invisible Camouflage Foundation. Mentioned this in my contouring video where I reviewed the NYX Highlight and Contour palette, and I got a lot of compliments on just my overall base makeup, and this was what I was wearing underneath all the contouring stuff. And I actually have this foundation in the shade Fair, so the whole line seems to run a little bit dark. I think there might have even been a shade lighter than this, but I'm not normally one who is buying foundations in Fair, so everything's running a little dark. It does have a pump, and it's taken me a while to realize that I don't need a full pump with this because it spreads so well, and it really is a lightweight feel, so much more lightweight than what I was expecting, because if you've tried the regular Glamoflauge concealer, not the Glamoflauge Light in the double-ended stick, but the Glamoflauge in the squeezy tube. That is a really full coverage heavy-duty concealer, so I was kind of expecting the foundation to be the same way, but it's so light, it spreads so well. If you've tried the Estee Lauder Double Wear Maximum Coverage Foundation, the one I used in the melasma video, you know, that's crazy full coverage, but it spreads so nicely. This really reminds me of that kind of blendability, spreadability over the skin, but it's a lighter weight feel. And it says a transforming liquid powder foundation that absorbs oil, camouflages imperfections, and delivers a long-lasting velvet finish. And I wouldn't go as far to say that I feel it going actually liquid to powder, but it does just have that velvety softness and really nice just ability to spread across the skin. So I would say half a pump is probably what I need to go all over my skin, and I would call this like a medium to full coverage, because I do think you can add a little more and build it somewhat, but it doesn't take a lot. It has surprisingly good coverage for as thin as this is. So I'm kind of loving this, and I wouldn't say it's a totally matte finish either. It's kind of a semi-matte type natural finish, but I'm just so enjoying this. I love the way it makes my skin look. I need to pay more attention to the staying power. I feel like it's been good, but I definitely need to keep a closer eye on that for review purposes. Another thing from Hard Candy that's new is the Sheer Envy Eye Brightening Concealer. So this is a little concealer pen type thing, and I got the shade Light in this, and for me it's not super brightening in this shade. I would say Light is more of a skin tone match for me, so I don't feel like I'm really taking advantage of a lot of the brightening benefits that this product claims to have, because it says 10 beauty benefits in one: reduces puffiness, diffuses shadows, softens wrinkles, evens skin tone, eliminates dark circles. Some of these kind of could overlap, like diffuses shadows and eliminates dark circles, but whatever. Blurs lines, brightens, conceals, corrects, lifts. But to me this seems really average. Like, it's a lightweight concealer. I like the texture of it, but it's just not packing in enough coverage for me. I really don't think it eliminates my dark circles. It's the kind of thing I'd need to use in conjunction with a fuller coverage concealer, so not too cracked up about that. Now this thing, I was so on the fence. Like, I don't know how long I stood in front of this product thinking, should I try it, should I not? It's the Sheer Envy Conceal and Correct palette. Now, Hard Candy, when they first came into Walmart stores years ago, they came out with a palette that had this exact same amount of shades. It was 3 skin tone shades and 3 like color correcting shades, and they were all little circles. I think I probably have a picture of this on my blog, so I'll pop it up if I find it. But I found the consistency of them to be really thin, kind of greasy, and as a result, really lacked coverage for me. So I saw this and I thought, surely they have improved the texture, right? Like, they've come back with something that can really cover up, and sadly, I don't find that to be the case with these products. They're still thin. They're still what I would describe as kind of a greasy texture for a concealer. And while I get very light coverage with these, it's not enough to do what I want a concealer to do, you know? So I have this palette in the shade light medium, and there's this little overlay. It says like the yellow corrects dark circles and blue undertone, redness relief for the green, and then the lilac, or the kind of, I guess it looks a little pink on screen, but that's lilac, and it brightens and neutralizes yellow undertone, and then it says mix and match these skin tone shades to conceal. I will say that these color correcting ones have a little bit better texture. You know, it's a little bit thicker and they have just a little more pigment to them, but then these just feel so thin. I haven't seen the little circular palette in Walmart for quite a while, and so I think they brought it back, repackaged it, and unfortunately didn't improve the actual product inside. Real quick, while we're on the topic of these concealer type products, a really good thin consistency concealer from the drugstore that just it does a great job for as thin and lightweight as it is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser. I picked up another one of these. I got it in the shade Brightener. I've had Fair for a while and I'm getting pretty low on it. And I've had this Brightener before, but it broke on me, so I just thought I'd try the Brightener again. And I was just reminded, you know, using this the past few days, how great this is. And I think a lot of people, you know, might see this and think, okay, a lightweight concealer type product that's not gonna look too heavy on the under eyes. But honestly, this is lightweight, but it packs in way more coverage. Back to hard candy now, and a product I saw, and it was like, I don't know, the heavens opened up and the angels just went, oh, when I saw this blush in the store, because I thought, this is so beautiful. It is the Glow All the Way Baked Ombre Blush, and this is in the shade Sunburst. I had a picture of this actually up on my blog with a little face of the day, and I've been experimenting with this one quite a bit lately. So look how beautifully those two shades just kind of fade one into the next, this bright pink into that pearly highlight. So the question here would have to be, is this as good on the face as it looks in the compact? Because that just looks absolutely delightful to me, and hard candy has a history, with me anyway, of having great baked products. I like the baked blushes, the baked highlight or bronzer shade in Tiki, which is a really nice highlight, and the baked eyeshadow duos are awesome. So I was prepared for this to be great. When I first touched it, I thought, okay, it seems a little dry to me. So while it still seems kind of bright in a swatch, just the texture, the feel of it just seemed a little dry. And so I wasn't expecting it to translate into much color on the cheeks. But oh boy, watch out, this is sneaky. It will show up on your cheeks in a big way, and in a pretty bright way too. I am wearing this right here. It's really glowy. It's definitely like a bubblegummy type pink color. I don't know that it would be everyone's cup of tea for a blush, especially if you veer more toward the neutral tones or the peachy colors. This is really pink and very cool. And you can see it's not glittery at all. There's no sparkle in the product, but it does have a lot of glow coming off of it. So if that's something you try to stay away from, if you prefer matte blushes, you're not gonna like this. An extremely glowy look, particularly if you want to layer the highlight over the blush. I like this product. I just don't know that it would be everyone's cup of tea for as bright and glowy as it is. I just can't get happy with my hair today. Sorry, I keep moving it around. But the last thing here from Hard Candy is this Fierce Effects Daring Lip Gloss. I was wearing this in my last video, and this is, whoa, Make Me Blush. I thought the name wasn't on there, but it actually is. It's $9.63. It's really like a soft, warm pink, very glossy gloss. Love the applicator with the little brush tip, and it's surprisingly opaque, and I really don't see any of my natural lip color showing through it. I could see a lot of people liking this kind of tone, very shiny, and I'm pretty sure the display said something about this being like argan oil infused. And they had some really nice shades, so I would consider checking out more of these, but this shade in particular, really super wearable. Let's transition to some different lip products now, but these are from NYC. Just found these right in there with the regular NYC display, and these are called Smooch Proof Liquid Lip Stains. So they're packaged just like a lip gloss would be. And I feel like we're starting to see this trend now of, you know, the lip stains used to be kind of confined to that marker style format, and now we're seeing them in this more liquidy style with a wand applicator. And some liquidy stains stains like you might think about Benefit's Benetint, you know, it's just like a totally transparent red tinted stain. But as you can see with this here on the applicator, this is creamy, and then you put it on your lips and you've got still a stained effect. So I'm wearing this one right now, and there is not even a number or a name on this. I'm pretty sure this one's called On Everyone's Lips. This bright red, I don't remember the name of it, but you'll see it in the lineup. It's like the fire engine red. I do like it, and I find it to be more opaque and kind of colorful than some of the marker type stains that are out there. And you can build up the color more easily with something like this. You just can feel more product going on. Benefits of this would be, you know, it doesn't like kiss off onto your hand or anything once it's dry. It's matte, you know, if you like matte finishes, that would be a good thing. But if your lips are dry, which mine kind of are, and you're looking up pretty close at this, you will see some of the cracks and dryness. It's just the kind of thing you should expect when you're dealing with a non-moisturizing, just purely staining type lip product. But see the texture of this going on? It's like a creamy stain type product, and then it dries down to not have any shine. And then let's swatch this red one. I have not used this yet. Ooh, wow. This is a really like orangey red. Check that out. So bright. Yikes, here's something to be aware of with this red one. I just wiped off what I had just swatched, and you can see this more neutral one, like there's that stain. But look at this, it's a pinky stain that's being left behind on this bright red, and it was not at all that pink, you know, it was really an orangey red. So that's kind of a bummer and something to watch out for with some of these stains, and you can't know it until you try it. Some of them don't always stay true to the original color once they actually stain your lips. Something awesome from NYC, like a total shocker. I was not expecting this to be so good. This BB Smooth Skin Radiance Perfecting Powder. I have it in Naturally Beige. Oh my goodness, the texture of this powder is so nice, so creamy, pigmented, packs on some coverage. I'm not really sure why BB is thrown into the title, but this feels amazing. Seriously, a great, silky smooth, such a soft powder. Like I continue to rub my fingers together where I had that and my skin just feels soft. I've got this on today on top of this foundation, just lightly. I like to sweep this on with the e.l.f. complexion brush. Just get a little bit on there. You can see the brush picks up quite a bit, so tap off some excess. And it definitely adds some coverage. It mattifies, but it doesn't look too chalky. I mean, just a really surprisingly great texture on that powder. Few things in the makeup world make me as happy as when I come up with something that's so low cost and so awesome. I love that. I'm gonna talk Wet n Wild for a minute. One thing I picked up I have not yet tried, but I wanted to branch out and try a few new makeup removal things because I was thinking after doing my skincare video, I have used those Equate face wash cloths so much, occasionally maybe trying a different thing here or there. And I saw these Wet n Wild Under the Sheets 25 makeup remover towelettes package here. And I thought, you know, what if I just give those a go? And if they don't work, I can use them, you know, to remove swatches and stuff that I'm doing for videos. They were only like $2.99. And so I thought, well, if they turn out to be awesome, that's a great deal. But I don't know. I have not used them yet. I found them at Walgreens, so we'll test those out. The other new Wet n Wild things, these were in a special limited edition display. I can't remember the name of the collection, but these 6-pan powder eyeshadow palettes. I have them in California Roll and what's this one? Vinyl Collection. I figured a lot of people would be interested in the neutral, so that's why I picked that up. But I really like the look of these shades in this palette. I also wanted to get this so I could compare it to Comfort Zone because it has some kind of Wet n Wild Comfort Zone-ish type shades in there. But all in all, the textures aren't quite as good. Like, I used it for my look today. I like the look, but it wasn't as great to work with as the Comfort Zone palette. And for this look, by the way, I used these two shades on the lid. I used a little bit of this in the crease and kind of buffed it out up above the crease somewhat. And then I used an olive eyeliner down here and topped it off with more of that olive shade. I found this shade to be pretty glittery and flaky, and this one was kind of flaky as well, but the olive shade was pretty nice. Here are the swatches. You know, they're not that bad to work with. They're just not what I was expecting. They're not an identical texture to, you know, Walking on Eggshells, Comfort Zone, all those other regular collection Wet n Wild palettes. Basically, if you've already got a lot of neutral palettes, I wouldn't like scour every Walgreens until you found this, because it's not above and beyond. Now this is California Roll. I got this for the matte peach and the matte red. I just thought those, you know, could have a lot of potential if they're really nicely pigmented. Those mattes actually, they swatched pretty well. I think that's gonna be a fun one to experiment with, but I can't say much about application just yet because I haven't used this one on my eyes. Lastly, just a couple of skincare items I wanted to talk about. I recently did my whole skincare routine video, and that's still, you know, my routine, but I didn't mention using a face scrub there. And that's because I do occasionally use face scrubs, but it's not really a super frequent part of the routine, and I really needed a new one. I had recently used up a little size of a St. Ives, I think it was called the green tea scrub, and so I got a new one from St. Ives, and this is the Even and Bright Pink Lemon and Mandarin Orange scrub. Doesn't that just sound great? And it really does smell good, so I'm excited to use that. I haven't tried it yet. I didn't even notice this when I was picking it up, but it has this little thing on the back that says exfoliation factor, and this is in the moderate category. Another thing that I finally found that it probably isn't going to replace my Regenerist night cream that I've been using, but I just want to try it. I want to see how this goes. It's the Ultra Lift Miracle Sleeping Cream, anti-age plus anti-fatigue night cream from Garnier. So it looks like this. I really like the packaging, that dark blue. It says with essential oil and hyaluronic acid, which I know hyaluronic acid is in a lot of the CeraVe products that I like. It says first morning, hydrates and brightens, and over time reduces wrinkles and fights signs of fatigue. So I thought this would be a fun thing to, you know, try and put to the test. Lord knows I'm dealing with some fatigue these days with the baby and all, and trying to get everything done that I want to do. And it says every night apply a pearl-sized amount on clean skin. So on the nights I use this, I wouldn't put this like on top of my other moisturizers or serums. I would use this on its own. But it's just funny because Garnier always seems to put some really like major claims in their stuff, like miracle sleeping cream. Is it gonna be a miracle? I don't know. I'll have to try it and find out. Gosh, I feel like I've been talking forever in this whole video. I'm thinking, is it still light outside? Wow. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little discussion on some new drugstore products, and I will again have my high-end haul coming for you soon. That's going to include some new palette type things that I can't wait to share with you. So that is it. Thank you guys. I'll see you later. Bye.